tuning in to Let's Talk About It Media 21. I hope you're having a great day. Stay positive, stay focused. Let's get to it. What is the hot topic that's going on YouTube or Instagram? Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged, in our opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Don't forget, the Cash App is Let's Talk About It Media. Thank you for all your love and support.
So don't forget to like to comment, but be kind. If you don't want to leave a comment, that's fine. You can always thumbs up, give a heart, put flowers in the comments. Anything helps with the algorithm. So let's get to it. Let's talk about it. We've been following this Shirley Strawberry and Ernesto, her husband, series in regards to phone calls from prison. Everybody, thank you. Allegedly, her subscribers went up. So everyone keep showing love to phone calls from prison. I'm gonna try and do let's see, phone calls from, I did 1 and I did 5. Today we're gonna try and focus on 3 and 4. Let's see. I'm gonna get straight to it. So that way I have power from my tablet and I have power from this other phone. So let's get straight to it. We're going to focus on number 3.
Keep it quilted means you keep it the best. 3 layers.
Ads, sorry.
If you don't know who she is, please check out part 1 and 2 of this series before you watch this video. Before I jump back into the $250,000 situation from the end of part 2, let me just say, you really want to stick around into the last call of this video because Shirley Strawberry goes completely off about her daughter Sheridan. Shirley seems to be sticking by her man Ernesto, at least for now, but that might change if she were to hear the clip of Ernesto and the woman in Florida that I will be including in this video. For now, here's how the cashier check situation played out between Shirley and Ernesto.
What you been doing?
Well, Ty called me today. Ty, the jewelry lady.
Yeah.
Somebody called her to say that the cashier's check that you wrote to get my ring.
What?
Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay, the cashier's check that you wrote to get my ring over a year or so ago, that was written off her account.
And don't forget, copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107, it seems as if the lady from phone calls from prison doesn't mind that we're utilizing the videos as long as people are giving her subs and subscriptions and giving her kudos. So that's why all of us are making sure she gets credit for giving us and sharing these videos with us. No one's getting strikes. Now, the other thing I will talk about, and then I'll get back to the phone calls. It may be said that Steve and Shirley may say something, they may not. More and more people are talking about it. Once it hits news media, a lot of times now, our media gets stuff out before the news gets it out. Now, once entertainment gets it, once e-news gets it, once the news gets it, more and more people are going to start talking about it. So will they talk about it? Shirley Strawberry becomes a strawberry letter. It's concerning. You got to be careful who you marry, everybody. You got to be careful who you are involved in. This is the biggest thing. Steve and his divorces, concerning issues. He's tried to clean up his image. Now you have Shirley, who married an alleged person that had an alleged background. So now Shirley and Steve are co-workers, and her ex-husband is in jail for what he's done. Like we said, he has to be in front of a judge. They have to figure out all this stuff that's going in, and then we'll figure out, if he's guilty, unguilty. They must have a lot of stuff in regards to him. So let's continue. I just wanted to give you some information. Shirley, I feel, should have never mentioned Steve in phone calls, talking about him, talking about Marjorie. I don't think she should have mentioned it. Now, mind you, if you didn't catch it, in the court hearing, when the judge was sitting in front of Ernesto, I'll try and find that clip. They mentioned all the people that's involved, and they had mentioned that Ernesto allegedly was going to try and flee. And someone was supposed to be allegedly helping him. I'm not giving no names. I have to be general. Let's keep listening. But there's a buildup in regards to what he's going through. Shirley's bringing a lot of people in, and these phone calls are out. And Steve is talked about. Marjorie's talked about. It's Shirley's fault for mentioning Steve. It's not our fault for talking about it. Let's continue.
And you stole $250,000 from her, and she needs that receipt and a copy of the check or something. She was telling Ty. So Ty says she's not giving her anything unless she has like a court order or something. She told her that you were in jail. Ty knows that you're in jail, but I didn't confirm or deny it. And anyway, now they're calling, they're still...
Who's calling?
I don't know who it was. I don't know who it was. She didn't say. She said she wrote the lady's name down, but she didn't have it because she thought it was a scam. And then she said that an officer from Rosewall Police Department called her as well and said that if it's not legit, I'll have to give my ring back and all that. And I said, well, if I have to give it back, I have to give it back. But whatever.
They're still trying to get at me for nothing.
Yeah. And then so I talked to Lamont, and he said something about there's a woman that they have. He doesn't know her name, and she's a snitch, and she's trying to set you up or, something like that. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's how my day's been.
That's today?
Yeah, this happened earlier today, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I said a few days before you get your court date, they're still trying to do something.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Wow.
So I guess they don't have anything. So what they do have, in terms of cases, they're trying to, get something out of that.
Wow.
Yeah. So now they call Ty, another big mouth in town.
Wow. And none of this.
It's interesting how some women will immediately divorce. If he's saying, I'll get out in 60 days, I'll get out in 90 days, and he didn't get out in 60 days, 90 days, many people are surprised she didn't divorce him immediately. Allegedly, Shirley was paying his attorney fees. And now all of a sudden, I think he's getting help and assistance from the state. I don't think she's paying his attorney fees anymore. So it just seems interesting. He's still in there. They're still building stuff. It seems like if she doesn't want to believe because it's her husband, and there's no way. And she also mentioned, you've always treated me right. And the people I see you around, you treat them right. You got to be careful. You got to sometimes, if something's being said, check your man's phone. Does she not have his phone? Check his computer. Because what they're alleging, he cannot be around her family's children. He cannot be around younger people. He cannot be around allegedly. All alleged. He can't be around animals. What's really going on? They know something. They've heard something. There's been something. And this is the biggest thing. I will say this. He was a successful barber cutting famous people's hair. He was on the upscale. Why do stuff that's going to get you in trouble with the law? And you've already had issues with the law. But you're married to someone that's extremely famous, connected to Steve. Why break the law? So until he gets in front of the judge, some of the bails have been approved, but then there's other stuff that's coming up. So he may not get bail. He may not. Even though some of the calls you're hearing that they may put him on an ankle monitor, he's hopeful, but there's other stuff coming, and they're continue to have more stuff. And then he lived next door to a person he was doing all this wrongdoing to, and you got to go to the other pages. I'm not going to go deep into what was broken, how it was broken, the court and his file number. I'm not doing all that. You can go to some of those lawyer pages. They'll tell you all the ins and outs. I'm not going through all that. This is just general conversation. Let's continue.
That is true. Wow.
Well, yeah. I just said, well, I don't know what's going on. I just, played dumb. I just said, I don't know what's going on. I never confirmed or denied why you're in jail. she didn't seem to be too interested in that. She just said she thought it was a scam. She said, don't worry, I didn't give up any of your information, but I wanted to tell her they have it anyway. You know, they've been had my information.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're still trying.
They're still trying to find something on me. Ain't got nothing on me. Wow.
Yeah.
As I mentioned before, it seems like Shirley is standing by her man and believes what he says. Meanwhile, Ernesto and the woman in Florida continue to talk a lot. In this call, you will hear how this woman is seemingly hung up on Ernesto. Near the end, you will also hear Ernesto potentially admit to something scandalous pertaining to a box.
Okay, player.
Go ahead on with that shit. Go ahead.
God, Ernesto, you already, I was thinking about your ass today, and I was just like, I did not want to be here, but I'm here, and it's all your fault, because I told you.
Tell me what that means. Tell me what that means. I don't know what that means.
Oh, my God.
You're going to hear the difference in how he talks to the other women than how he talks to Shirley. You'll hear the total difference. The flirting, trying to convince, what do I do? I'm here for you. I'm not going nowhere. You'll listen to the difference.
Oh, my God. You understand. I have never been so strong. All right, well, let me explain something to you about me.
Do that. I got time.
How do you so good with keeping my shit locked and just, like, one point where I don't have to deal emotionally with nobody, right?
Of course, we have the commercials. Hold on.
My life, if you, I'm not faded, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never whined or cried or missed or none of that shit. Bye, see you later, you know? But damn, I'm all mostly fucked up here. What is that about?
Why is that though? I mean, I'm trying to figure out what you're saying. Just say what you're gonna say.
What I'm saying is,
Because you could be around the bush.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm stressing the situation on two levels. I'm stressing the fact.
Come on.
I'm stressing the fact that you're locked up already. Because I don't want anything bad to happen to you. And then, so when you're going through it, I'm going through it. Because, you know, I'm going through it. So, yeah, and then, I think because how this situation came about, that we were friends, and, you know, I just didn't really have, because it was, like, I was able to stop myself because I would just avoid you, and I would just feel myself falling and getting all mostly caught up. I would just, like, avoid you and be like, all right, I'm good now, I'm good, you know. As long as I don't really see him, you know, because he's talking every day. So as long as I don't see him, I'm good. I can keep the distance, emotional distance from him, you know what I'm saying, because you got that situation. So it was like, you know, don't, like, get off. Remember that conversation we had on the bus? And I was like, we should not, because this shit is just, you know, we're not free agent. So now, am I speaking clear? Or, you get what I'm saying, right? You get what I'm saying, right?
No, because you keep talking in riddles. Like you say, I talk. You keep talking in riddles. Just say what you got to say.
I mean, I'm saying it. I just thought I said it. I've been in a relationship, but I've always had my guard up. I've never, ever, whenever I had to break up with somebody or they broke up with me, I would just never say it. I would just move on to the next situation. It was just nothing to me.
Okay.
You know?
What's the problem here?
So, man, I feel like, I mean, like how when I was fucking 17, I didn't know no better, and I slipped up and, you know, openly liked somebody. And I date people, they always say I don't have any feelings and I'm cold, right? Because I'm able to just, like, bounce and not cry about it, not think about it, not mourn it, just be like, bye. Don't call me, I won't call you, we're good. I'm not mad, he cheated, whatever he did, you know what I'm saying, we're good, you know?
I need you to come on with this. I need you to come on. Come on now.
If you have the power to emotionally affect me, I'm not comfortable with that because I've never, ever.
But I ain't got no power over you. So
Ernesto.
Yeah, what I'm saying, I ain't got no power over you. I ain't got no power. I just keep it real. That's it.
Yeah, you have the ability to affect me emotionally, is what I'm saying.
I don't know how. I just keep it
If
real.
we stop talking tomorrow, I will be very pressed. I will be very pressed. I will be like, I don't want to eat. I don't want to go to work. That type of shit. That's not me. I don't do that.
Okay, well, guess what? That ain't I'm being like for a long time. Get ready for that shit. So certain shit. No, you just want to stay now because you be around the bitch up and come on with mine. See, what you
I'm not eating my food. I'm saying it. Like, it's terrifying.
but it ain't terrifying. It's okay. It's okay to have somebody. I ain't gonna let you down. You can plead that shit. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. I know how to.
If you can do that, I will be at ease. Because the thing of it is, if you're always honest and respectful, I can deal with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Because when I don't know or I get surprised on some shit where it's all your problem.
No, all you gotta do is ask me on my team. I don't give a damn how rough it is, because ain't that ain't the motherfucker ain't dead, their legs ain't getting cut off, you ain't blind. That's bad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a basic life shit. That ain't nothing. It gotta be yes or no, fuck it.
Right.
Yeah, we passed that trying to scheme a scam and trying to figure out if you're gonna keep these folks on your side and you tell the truth or not. I passed that shit. If you're with it, you ain't. That's basically it. That's the only way you're gonna be cut and dry. So you ain't gotta worry about that shit.
So, I don't know.
Well, I will say this right here. I do understand how you feel. I've been there before. When you into somebody, you into somebody. Really, really, it's that certain person you into. I've felt that before. I do understand that part. And then it's disappointing that if they don't give you that same feeling back, it's a irritating feeling. Yeah, so don't worry about that feeling because that feeling was there for you and got started. Open up your box.
Whatever. You got so much game.
Last but certainly not least, it's time to hear Shirley Strawberry like you've probably never heard her before. It seems to me she's not holding back and just spills everything all out to Ernesto.
But this is what.
Did he just tell that lady, open up your box? He's a married man talking to another woman, flirting. Flirting. Mind you, you have your wife paying your legal bills. So I'm not convinced that he's done something, because who does that? Who flirts with women? Now, okay, having general conversation to have general conversation, I just need somebody to talk to. Hey, Shirley, I have people calling me. I ain't gonna lie. I have people calling me just so I can have somebody to talk to, because I know this is stressing you out. But to flirt and to talk about box, he will do anything just for himself. Your wife was paying your legal bills and you're flirting with women and talking about box. I'm sorry, y'all. I think that a man that does that don't really care about the wife that's on the outside, won't hear or know about. And then if you're in the courtroom, come on. Be careful, everybody. He doesn't seem to care about Shirley, but Shirley's care about him, calling him, putting money on his books, and paying his lawyer fees when these people are probably doing nothing but conversation. Sorry.
I was trying to wait till you got home before I just told you everything. I only told you like bits and pieces of what's going on. Remember yesterday when you said that someone's in her ear?
Right.
I believe it's Panay. We all think it's Panay. And because she's like, the days before my birthday when I went over there to get my hair done, she sat down and was like, so, are you going to tell me what's going on with you and stuff like that, right? You heard me, right?
Yeah, I heard you.
And so I said, no, I'm not. And so she said, well, why not? She's talking just like this. I said, because it's none of your business. Well, what do you mean? Everybody's been asking me about it. And I've heard anyway. And I said, everybody like who? Joe and Marlon and Miles. That's what she was saying to me. So I said, well, they know how to call me, and anybody in that like Sheridan called all around and told everybody,
Right.
So then I said, if anybody wants to know anything, they're feel free to call me, but that's my business, and I'm that's my business. And so then she had an attack right there in front of me.
What kind of attack?
I don't mean to laugh at that part about it, but and so guess because, I wasn't having it. It was just so, I just hated, it's like, my mama, what are you talking about? You're not in my business like that. What are you doing? Yeah, it was really bad. So then she had an attack, and I was like, oh my God, are you okay? That was just, I guess, to make me feel sorry for her or whatever.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So anyway, then after that happened, when I left out, she said, well, let me know what you're going to do for your birthday. And I said, okay. So I never called her or anything to tell her, what we were doing, because quite frankly, I didn't know what we were doing at that time. I didn't know Debbie was in and all of that. And I didn't know anything. And I was just like, trying to make it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You're going through a difficult time.
Huh?
You're going through a difficult time.
Yeah, exactly. So she had her attack, and I said, well, what do you want? Do you need me to call the hospital? Call somebody? Are you okay? And then she settled down. I'm okay. After an attack, and from a second stroke, it just comes and goes like that.
Wow.
It was just really weird. So anyway, okay, so now my birthday, right? So
Okay.
she posted on everything, it's my birthday and all of this. She never once called me, never gave me a gift, never did any of that. She and Tracy, so I know she's called all around. She's told everyone. I know she has, because, Tracy, she's told everybody what's happening. So anyway, so this girl that was going into business with Ronald there, this Asian lady, I got some things. See, what was wrong was I went to her birthday party and Shirley and the kids were there. I told you that. And I never once let on that I was going through anything or, they were all marveling at the fact that how I looked. And, Panay was like telling my age and, I didn't ask her, so she was doing all of that with the people, and I was like, yeah, that's how old I am. They said, you haven't had any work there on your face? And I said, no, this is just what it is. So anyway, they were like, oh, you look great. So then after that, I came for my hair, and then she was talking about, because I didn't tip her. So, it's just been so much stuff. So then that's when Sheridan stopped speaking to me. She would never come by. She would never bring the kids by. And she stopped calling, stopped answering my calls. So that's when I believe Panay was telling her, don't talk to her. You better get away from all of that, and you better go down there and talk to them because they keep calling you. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to put all the blame on her, but I believe because, Sheridan's not stupid, but I believe she had something to do with it. That's all I'm saying. I believe she encouraged it.
Oh.
And, and then I gave her this stuff for her birthday, and this lady, from this Asian lady that Ronald found the lady, so Tasha and I were getting some pieces from her because the pieces were nice and she wasn't charging us a lot of money. So now, come to find out, today we find out that Panay has linked up with this lady. And now the lady stopped talking to us, and now she's getting all her clothes and stuff from this lady.
For real?
For real. This just happened today. So I just been thanking God all day because, for revealing it to me. Now, you've been saying it, I got that, but now I really see it for myself. And it just, that really, I'm like, well, dang, I have never done anything to her, anything, not one thing to her, but help her in every single way that I could. But it's like she wants everything. She's trying to undermine me with Sheridan, like pretend like she's her mom and all that. Sheridan, doesn't hardly talk to me, only when rent time comes, especially since this happened. She didn't before, but,
At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does.
this happened. She didn't before, but, we'll talk about, the rest of it, when you get out and stuff, because they're I know, but you're saying you don't like to talk about stuff on the phone.
Well, I know, but that ain't serious. That's really just your day-to-day life. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just some unanswered questions. Anyway, so,
I got you.
yeah. So anyway, so that's what I've been dealing with, and, it's like really, it's just terrible,
You talking about the lady that came to you, the lady that met?
Yes, her.
And she wanted to do business with y'all and all that?
Yes.
And she was going to do all that, the store and everything with y'all?
Yes. Now she over there with her. That's what I'm telling you.
Wow.
She over there with today. Yes.
How y'all found that
We
out?
saw it on video. The Lord revealed it to me. I'm telling you, and I showed it to Tasha.
Oh, man, that Natasha wanted to go fight already.
Oh, yeah, she did. She absolutely did. So, yeah, it's like, okay, because I've been really thinking about that Asian lady lately, because I was like, I wonder what's up with her, because we hadn't heard from her anything, what's going on with all of that? And so now we know what's going on with it. Now we know. She's over there with her. So I put them in the enemy category. You're my enemy because you're just trying to bring me down. And see, and the reason I didn't, when we first were getting ready to move, and I said, well, if it takes a little longer, I could stay with Panay or I could stay with Sheridan. Panay, and I asked her, she said it was fine. They were preparing. Then one day she said, you can come, but Ernesto's not welcome here. He's not welcome.
Well,
and that's
over there anyway.
I said the same thing. I said, well, he wasn't coming, and I never mentioned him. I said, I didn't say he was coming. I just said it was me. Well, he's not welcome. So then, when I called Sheridan, and Sheridan said, you can come, Mom, but your husband is not welcome. They both said the same thing.
Wow.
So then, I was in a hotel. That's how I ended up in the hotel. Because remember, you said, you said, I'm so glad that you said I could be with, you could stay with Panay or Sheridan. That takes some pressure off me for right now. Remember, you told me that.
I did say that.
So,
Yeah,
but I never said what they said because it was just so mean and nasty, so ugly to me. And so I just said, okay. So I just said, well, I'll just be in a hotel. It's not going to be that long. And then when Sheridan said that, I said, well, it's so funny that they both said the same thing. But then you turn around, Panay, and want me to tell you what's going on with my husband. You don't like him. You said he was not welcome at your house. So why would I sit down and tell you anything about what's going on? And she told Sheridan, your mother's being mean to me. I said, how am I being mean? Yes. How am I being mean? I left some stuff at Panay's. I asked Sheridan to go over there and get it. Well, no, Mommy, I'm not going over there because I don't want to get in the middle of it.
So we're going to go and skip to 4. That's kind of, I wouldn't say trivial, but we're going to skip to 4 because I don't want this video to be extra long. So now we're at 4 and this is only 11 minutes. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and cut this video short and I'll do 4 on its own. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe.